Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Junkees. I'm Dave O'Neill.
I'm Kitty Flanagan. This is the Sweet and Salty Roundabout. Get on board with Possum and the Big Guy. Yeah. I'm running all the catchphrases together.
Well, thanks again for joining us. And look, this week, let's get straight into it. Our big feature act is the favourites, Cadbury favourites. Now, what is your feeling on the Cadbury favourites?
Look, I thought they were a great invention when they first came out.
Yeah.
I get a little bit bored by them now.
Yeah.
I feel like people just buy these as kind of, it's like, they haven't made any effort. They just buy some favourites. But, you know, it's fine. They're always in bowls, like in dressing rooms and things like that.
Yes. When I do a charity gig, and I often say, if you're going to give me a present, I don't drink, and I want a bottle of wine. I drink beer, but no one ever gives you beer, and so they often give me favourites.
That's not a great present.
Well, but I do drive home eating them.
Well, that's true.
So, but you know what? I just like something bigger in my mouth than this. I don't know why.
All right, matron. It's become a carry-on film.
But it's true. I love a bigger chocolate bar. I don't like a small bite-sized thing. That's why I don't like yum cha. I don't like tapas. Oh. I like decent kind of servings of things. And I find with these, they're not my favourites. Put it that way. Right. Favourites are not my favourites.
Oh, see, that's interesting. See, these should work for me because I do like lots of little bits because I have trouble making decisions. So for me, this should be ideal. But I don't know, there's almost too many and then I get option anxiety and I can't decide. So half the time I end up going, I just won't have one, which is pretty weird for me.
Yeah, and there's always the ones left over.
Whereas if there was a mint Kit Kat on the table, I'm always going to have a couple of fingers of that and then wish that there was more. Yeah.
And the thing is with these, there's one's like Old Gold, which, I mean, that's really... Well, that'll just stay in the box.
That's just filler.
Yeah.
You know, they may as well have just put some styrofoam peanuts in the bottom of the box to fill it up. That's what I use Old Gold chocolate for, just packing peanuts when I send people things because I'm never going to eat it.
Yeah, I know. It's well recorded your hatred of dark chocolate. I don't mind dark chocolate.
I know. I remember thinking that we weren't going to be friends anymore when you sent me that picture of you eating Old Gold chocolate. And I thought, is this some kind of a joke? And then you said, no, I quite like it. It's my dad's. I'm eating it. It's like, Jesus, Dave.
Dad won it in the lawn bowls competition or whatever. So it was the last to be eaten. Don't worry about that. Well, let's rank them. And I have put a poll on our Facebook page. And if you're on Facebook, please join the Junkees Facebook page group. Because there is a lot of discussion going on.
Yeah, Dave, and the discussion, I believe, has upset you because I'm not on Facebook, so I can't read this poll, but you keep texting me telling me that you're getting quite upset about the results of your poll.
Really upset.
What's going on? Because I don't know anything about it.
Well, okay, so I put a poll on. I've never done this before, and Courtney, our producer, said, that's really easy, just go on and you do it, and it is really easy. And so I went on and I put all the favourites, and then you just go and people vote for their favourite one. And now you will be alarmed by what is coming first with 45 votes.
Ooh.
Absolutely out of the box, did not predict it. As someone said, they never win anything. So I'm starting to believe that we were hacked.
Well, it's a very important poll, so, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm starting to believe that the Russians, now there's another government that could have got involved. And it'll be very clear when I tell you. Do you want me to tell you what's
I know what
one?
It's going to be now from what you just said.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me it's Turkish Delight.
With 45 votes.
Well, I'm surprised, but it's quite possibly where my vote might have gone.
No, for your favourite favourite.
I love the Turkish Delight. I'm always so happy when there's Turkish Delights left. Do you not like them?
Friends. All right. Well, it's been good doing the podcast with you anyway.
And that's the end. Old Gold and Turkish Delight have finally broken it up.
Imagine that. It'll be like the Oasis brothers break. Why did they break up? Turkish Delight. No, that's right. I don't mind Turkish Delight, but I you know what's Turkish Delight. This is what I was talking to the producer about. It was the first thing on the poll that you chose. So when you vote in an election, it had the number one whole place.
Yeah.
And because it was in the number one place, myself and Courtney, the producer, believe people just clicked on that like a dummy vote. kind of thing.
Why didn't you do a control and put Old Gold up the top and see if that got any votes? Bet it didn't.
Yeah.
So that'd screw your theory.
See, this is why you should be in charge. I actually thought Turkish Delight up the top because I have that in my mind as the same as Old Gold. They're down the bottom for me. Yeah, then I put some of my more favourites. I put Picnic second, which got the second most votes, and then Crunchie. Ooh. I think I went Picnic, Crunchie. And so the one coming second the last time I checked was Picnic and then Crunchie. And then like Old Gold was getting votes.
Oh, stop it.
I know.
Yeah, no, you're right. We've been hacked by like some lawn bowls club. That's what I reckon.
The first person to vote for Old Gold, I know him, John, from Geelong, and so I sent him a message. Mate, what are you doing?
Stop messing around with my poll numbers.
Are you trying to make me get angry, or what are you doing? And then one guy called Rajin, he put his own one on there. He put Fruit and Nut and then voted for it.
No. It was like I asked last night at dinner, I asked my nephews, and one of them started going, Mars, Twix, and my other nephew, his twin, and I had to shut him down very quickly and go, Celebrations, mate, that's Celebrations, you're in the wrong box.
Yes.
Get back in the favourites. We're not doing Celebrations.
Let's just talk about Celebrations. I did send you a photo of them during the week. What's your vibe on the celebration?
Look, there's always a few in there that I'll eat. The Bounty. I love the Bounty.
Malteser. I like the Malteser one.
Yeah. Don't mind it. But
then there's that British weird one, which I don't know what it was.
Galaxy.
The Galaxy.
Yeah, it's just plain chocolate. That's just like a Cadbury Dairy Milk.
Right.
So look, the good thing about a favourites, I'm starting to realise now, and probably Celebrations as well, Dave, you and I could probably share a box of these quite happily without coming to blows.
Yes.
Because my top four is always difficult for me.
What's your top four at the moment?
My top four in the favourites box, I can never decide. Like, this is what I mean. I always have option anxiety. Like, I'll be looking at the bowl going, I don't know, I might leave the Turkish Delight in there because it's unlikely someone else will eat it, so I can come back for that later. I desperately want the Picnic, but I'm not going to eat that now. That's going to have to go in my pocket for when I'm in private. Cherry Ripe, I always want the Cherry Ripe because that is easy to eat and delicious.
Yes, beautiful.
And, of course, the Flake. I love a Flake. I've admitted that before on the podcast. The Flake is a very underrated chocolate. It's delicious. They're my top four. They're the ones I have a problem with. The rest, I don't care so much. Caramello would go in there next. Then, I don't know, Crunchie maybe. I'm not huge on the Crunchie.
Well, Crunchie's my number one.
Is it?
Yeah, so
my
where we
sister
differ...
picked Crunchie as well.
Yeah, where we differ, our top four is very similar. I've got Picnic, Cherry Ripe, Flake and Crunchie in my top four. Right,
so I've just exchanged Turkish Delight for Crunchie there.
Yeah. You sure you didn't get on my poll and vote 40 times?
I always enjoy the Caramello. It's always like left there last, I think, because people think it's just a plain Cadbury Dairy Milk. So it's always a good find. You go, oh, yeah, it's always better than you think, the Caramello.
Yeah, and I don't mind the Boost. I like a Boost bar.
Yeah, it's okay. It's got biscuit in it, hasn't it? The Boost?
Yeah. And what else? Moro, which is like a poor man's Mars bar?
Yeah, it's like a Mars bar. That's not bad. That always surprises me in a good way. I always go, I don't mind the Moro. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dream, white chocolate. We've got to talk further about white chocolate. I don't mind that, but for me, it's not big enough for me. Whereas at least Picnic's sort of got a bit of size to it in this section, in this favourites.
I like white chocolate, but the Dream isn't the right. It's not the right version of white chocolate for me.
So that's interesting. So we're basically kind of agreed, except for the Turkish Delight. That's been the big fallout of this episode. Wow.
Great. Okay. Good stuff. Well, it's good to have that decided.
Yeah. Again, no correspondence will be entered into. And stop voting for Turkish Delight on my poll and stop adding your own ones. You can't add your own ones, all right? There's no fruit and nut in the favourites. Right,
there's that other good box that you can get where you can get just little Cadbury minis, and you can get the little mini of that one that's got Smarties and popping candy in it and jelly. I love that one.
Oh, you like that one? Yes.
I love it. It's like a real kid's candy.
It is.
Like popping candy, Smarties and jellies, all in chocolate. Delicious.
Well, Cadbury favourites, thanks for your work. Celebrations. We vote favourites over celebrations. We're not doing a comparison at the moment, but we reckon favourites, they're not bad. Yeah.
It's familiar. It's old friends.
Yes.
It's old friends in that box. Whereas celebrations, there's a few strangers in there. I don't know that I want them at my party.
Yeah. Get out.
You're not invited.
All right. Well, right now we're going to do the big rematch, which a couple episodes ago we had the salt and vinegar test and we couldn't find Samboy chips. And since then we've found them, and we discussed in the last episode how Samboy's quite hard to find. And we've established on their website they're just like the whipping boy. They're down the bottom of the page. They don't care about Samboy anymore at the Snack Food Australia company. They're really just... Maybe just keep them around. Maybe like the old guy who works in stationery. They just sort of keep them around for nostalgic reasons, you know? Like,
I just think of it as like Harry Potter. It's the kid who lives under the stairs.
yes.
The mean aunt and uncle's house. That's what happened. A mean aunt and uncle took over the snack food company.
Yeah.
And they put Samboy under the stairs.
Said you can hang around, but you're going to live under the stairs.
And
Or
do
like
odd
I remember
jobs.
reading about the Brady Bunch and about I think it was Cindy Brady became a graphic artist, and she only got a job in a large company, so the boss could take people on tours and go, oh, over there in that corner, yeah, that's Cindy from the Brady Bunch. She'd give everyone away. So I reckon they take tours of the factory and go, yeah, that's the Samboy section over there.
There's Samboy in the corner.
There he is in the corner. Remember him from the 70s? Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? All right. Have a thin or a or a
Have a
kettle chip.
thin.
They're the
Have
the
a
kettle
chicken and a
chips.
biscuit.
Yeah, chicken and a biscuit. Well, he'd be out in the store and poor old chicken and a biscuit. He's really struggling.
All right.
All right, well let's
my Smiths.
open our chips.
So it's
Ruffle,
just
ruffle.
Smiths who won the last salt and vinegar contest. So it's just Smiths versus Samboy in this competition. Oh, you've gone straight in. I'm smelling first.
Oh,
I'm getting a stronger flavour smell
Ooh.
off Smiths. What are you getting?
Smith smells more vinegary.
Yeah, Smiths does smell more vinegary.
Samboy's sort of a bit,
It smells potatoey.
yeah, and like it's been
I mean,
kept
not
in the
surprising. It's a potato chip. It's the main ingredient.
storeroom. You know, it smells a bit like chicken and a biscuit to me.
You know what it smells like? Loneliness.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try it. So move away from the microphone now while we chew.
Yep.
So Courtney
Okay.
can put some music over the top.
Play some music. All right, here we go.
Oh, I just tried Samboy. They're as good as I remember.
They're pretty good, but I tell you
They
what,
are.
Smiths are pretty good too.
Okay, I haven't
though.
tried Smiths yet. Let me
Okay, have
me
some
go back
Smiths.
in.
Sniff.
sniff and a
Sniff.
chew. It's close.
It's so close.
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Samboy on this technicality. It doesn't burn my throat or spike my throat as much as the vinegar in the Smiths ones. Like I'm getting the prick of vinegar sweats from the Smiths chip, which
Yes.
I got a really solid hit of vinegar from Samboy, but it didn't damage me in any way. I was just
Yeah,
ready to
you're
go
right.
straight back in. I need a bit of a pause and a drink between my Smiths chip.
I find Samboy a little bit sweeter.
Yes.
I think Smiths have gone very hard on the vinegar.
It's
Whereas-
an aggressive salt and vinegar chip, the Smiths.
Yeah, it would push you over in the street where the Samboy would just give you a hug.
He'd try and be your friend, which sums him up. Samboy's trying to be your friend.
Because it is lonely up there with chicken and a biscuit in the warehouse.
Well, I'm going to give Samboy my vote and say we were right. Samboy is the definitive salt and vinegar chip. And if Samboy could please just get them into more shops, thanks.
Yeah, and I'm going to join you on that vote. Samboy is the winner of the Salt and Vinegar Challenge. And no correspondence we entered into again. We're not... I mean, people have suggested Tyrells as well. You know, Tyrells, the British kind of chip.
No, come on.
No, come on.
Come on.
And
It's
Aldi
not
ones.
even in Premier League.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's like a second. If we were doing second division snacks, sure. But like
Yeah.
we're doing the Premier League first.
We're doing the big hitters.
And when we run out, we'll move down to second division, and then we'll go to suburban leagues.
Yeah, yes, the local league. Well done, Samboy.
Yeah,
Keep
that's
up
a
the good
good
work. And you know what? If you're listening, Samboy, myself and Kitty are right behind you. We don't know why you've been so mistreated. But,
You're welcome at our house anytime.
yeah, you're a legend. All right.
Oh, someone did actually give me this tip, which I haven't tried, but I'm going to take that bag home and try it. Somebody said, put your Samboy salt and vinegar chips in the freezer for 5 minutes.
Oh, you've heard this. Maybe you told me this. Yes.
I just read it on my Instagram page. I don't know what it does, but I'll report back in a couple of episodes' time.
All right. Now on the podcast, I think we're going to do, what are we eating at the moment? Because you've been enjoying some ice cream. Is that correct?
Yes, I have, Dave. I have found the best ice cream. Now, usually, I don't know what you're like. Do you have a go-to flavour that you normally...
Oh, yeah. Look, the local ice cream parlour, which I frequent a bit, has an M&M flavour, which is just vanilla with M&Ms in it. I do like that. I'm also fond of... what else do I normally get? Licorice sometimes.
Yeah, I've bought licorice. Yeah, I've bought licorice ice cream from Jocks. Jocks do a good licorice
Jocks
ice cream.
is great in Melbourne. Yes,
yeah,
Jock.
It's a very good
great.
ice cream.
Very good ice cream. And you can meet Jock. He's there often.
Yeah, and his wife Bridget.
Bridget, yeah, I know Bridget. I used to work with Bridget. She was a radio producer and TV for a while. Anyway, we can talk about this off air. But Jocks is great ice cream because it's sort of creamy.
And it does, it's surprising, it does ruin you for a lot of other ice creams. Because Jocks is 3 minutes from my house, so it's become my standard go-to when I'm in Melbourne. It's my standard ice cream. And now when I just go to the supermarket and buy a supermarket ice cream, I go, a bit disappointed. It's not Jocks.
So we normally have connoisseur ice cream in the freezer for the kids, so like vanilla connoisseur.
Oh, that's nice of you to get connoisseur ice cream for your kids. Most adults just get big buckets of Streets or Bulla for their kids.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Well, we love Bulla. We've been eating Bulla. Bulla ice cream's really good.
Yeah, Bulla chocolate ice cream's delicious.
Yeah,
it's
we
really
had
creamy.
one last night. Murray Street, which is their gourmet brand they've brought out now with chocolate and almonds in it, but it was beautiful. Really creamy. Bulla's really creamy. I like
it is. It's a good one.
So what is this ice cream you found, though?
Okay, so I don't usually stray much anymore because I'm disappointed so often. I go, I want to try that, get it home. It's always disappointing. So I usually stick to my favourites, which are strawberry. I love strawberry ice cream.
Wow.
And sadly, I quite like vanilla as well. But
like vanilla.
I'm trying to wean myself off that because that just means you're an old woman now. Oh, I don't want any surprises in my snacks. Just give me vanilla ice cream. It's always good.
Yeah, it's something Nana used to have vanilla, didn't she?
I'll just have vanilla, and you'd get really annoyed as a kid and go, oh, God, have something good. There's bubblegum there. There's blue ice cream. Why don't you want that? I used to eat that. That New Zealand natural ice cream had blue bubblegum flavoured ice cream. God, it was delicious.
I love bubblegum. As a kid, my choices would be a double with licorice and bubblegum. Oh, the best.
Now, I'm going to tell you what this ice cream is. I took a photo of it so I can tell you exactly the name of it.
Is it a Haagen-Dazs?
No, it's not a Haagen-Dazs. Where are my photos? It's a it's a Ben & Jerry's, which I don't usually buy. I find Ben & Jerry's too sweet and not enough ice cream, too much shit in it.
Yeah, a bit fake too.
But
sometimes.
you can't even get a mouthful of ice cream. You're too busy going, there's a mouthful of chocolate
Smarties
ripple fudge double nut something. But this one, I had to try it because it's peanut butter ice cream with sweet and salty pretzel swirls and fudge brownies.
Oh.
Now, I've got to tell you, it's one of the most delicious ice creams I've ever had.
Really?
Yes, I'm really having to pace myself on it because if I eat it all day, every day, I'm going to get sick of it. So I'm trying to just forget that it's in the freezer and just go back to it when I need a treat and go, I've got some of that peanut butter ice cream. It's really good. But the problem with it is, and I've had this problem before, the name of it. You don't want to have to go and ask for it by name because do you know what it's called? Netflix and Chilled.
Oh.
I don't want to ask for that in the shop. Why couldn't they call it peanut butter ice cream with pretzels in it? I don't want to go and say, hi, have you got Netflix and Chilled ice cream?
And if they don't know what you're talking about, they'll just be confused.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So really bad name, but really delicious ice cream, Ben & Jerry's.
Well, that's a good recommendation. The one I used to love was Homer Hudson ice cream, which must have been the 90s when they came out.
And what was your go-to flavour?
Chocolate Rock.
Chocolate Rock?
Well, it was a really good chocolate ice cream with bits of chocolate in it. Oh, it was so good.
But see, how do you go with bits of chocolate in your ice cream? Because I find when chocolate freezes, it loses its meltiness and it just becomes a bit hard and crunchy.
Yeah,
You've got to
true.
kind of suck the chocolate bits to make them soft and chocolatey again.
I like ice cream hard, though. I don't like soft ice cream. I mean, I like soft
I like
serve.
hard ice cream, but I don't want hard. You can't taste chocolate when it's cold.
Yeah,
So the chocolate
right.
ice cream is fine, but the chocolate bits in it is what I'm asking you about.
I've never thought about it, to be
Well,
honest, but now you put it in my head.
Yeah, I might have ruined it for you.
Yeah. Next time I eat, I'll be going, yeah, I used to like this ice cream, but then Kitty Flanagan ruined it for me.
It's like I had, I used to really like chocolate peppermint ice cream.
Yeah.
And that was ruined for me when someone said, I think that tastes like toothpaste. And now I always eat it like, yeah, it's a bit like toothpaste.
That's the worst when you get that toothpaste, because you get some mints that taste like toothpaste.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Jaffa was one of my other go-to flavours for ice cream. That is a good flavour ice cream. Chocolate and orange. Can't beat it.
It's
That's
a great
one.
combination.
Yeah.
Chocolate and banana, also a good combination, I believe.
Probably wouldn't buy that in the shops because I've said before I prefer lolly banana to real banana.
Yes, yeah, true.
So if it was chocolate ice cream with lolly bananas in it, I'm in. In fact,
Yeah,
that's really good.
yum.
Why don't you make that Netflix and chilled ice cream makers?
Have you had Messina ice cream? You know that ice
Yeah,
cream?
and they're the masters because they put chocolate bits in their ice cream and somehow they've done something to it so it doesn't freeze into hard lumps.
Yeah,
Their their bits of chocolate in their ice cream stays kind of nice and chocolate and melty. It's
My
interesting.
kids call it going to the nightclub. Because it's like a nightclub. There's always really low level lighting in these places. There's loud music and there's so many. It's like people are just lining up and.
It is
But they have some
delicious, though.
great flavours.
Have you got anything that you're eating at the moment?
Oh, what am I eating at the moment? Well, I've been cooking a lot because I'm in Victoria and it's the COVID state.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you sent me a picture of your delicious cinnamon scrolls that you made.
Yes, I made cinnamon scrolls 2 days ago, which were beautiful. They're not so good now. You got to eat them fresh.
Yeah.
They were lovely, but the week before that, I made homemade wagon wheels from scratch.
Yes,
So-
which we will be discussing in the upcoming episode.
In the next episode, we're going to discuss wagon wheels because you've got sent to me, and I appreciate a lot, these trendy sort of, they look like a chocolate royal, but they're from a gourmet chocolate place, are they not?
Yep, they're supposed to be even better than a wagon wheel, they say. So we'll talk about those on the next episode. You can buy some wagon wheels and munch along with us.
And also in the next episode, we're going to talk cheesels. So cheesels is our big
cheesels.
feature act. We're going to talk cheesels and we're going to compare them to home brand cheesels.
It's disappointing we
Because-
can't do any blind tasting at the moment because obviously we're in different cities.
We're in different
But
states.
I do enjoy that feature of the podcast.
So do I, but we'll get to it again.
We'll get back.
just-
We'll get back together finally.
Yeah, one day we'll be reunited. Turkish Delight hasn't split us up just yet, but we got close. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. You've been listening to Junkees. I've been Dave O'Neill, and
And I've been the possum. See you next time.